Okay, what's up, guys? This is Jilly again with Jilly Trades. I'm back. As you can see right here on my work, and I'm actually at work today. That's downtown Minneapolis, right there. Um, it's pretty cool working here. Usually I'm driving downtown and stuff, and usually sometimes I have routes, sometimes I do not have routes, but yeah, so it's pretty nice. I'm gonna just tell you real quick about my work, and then we're gonna dive right deep into the topic of my reflection on trading so far, 4.5 years, what I think about it, how I'm liking it so far. So right now we got a U.S. flag, which is pretty nice, and just a little bit. I don't want to show you too much, but so let's talk about it, right? So my work. Right now, I'm on what we call the escrow board, so it's kind of like a standby. The best thing about it is that you get paid while you wait. The current time is 5 o'clock p.m. I had a 4 o'clock call, so to be on the standby, and it's been an hour that I haven't been working. So I'm on the clock. I'm just here, just chilling. As you can see, I'm doing my video, and maybe I should have the downtown scene in the background. But some days I can come and do a lot of work. Some days there's really nothing to do, and you can stay here 8 hours and go home. But that's kind of rare for that to happen. Maybe you'll get that like once, I don't know, every 3 months, 4 months. But sometimes if you come and there's nothing going on, you just go ahead, have a seat and whatever. But okay, anyway, let's jump into why I'm here. I'm sitting and reflecting on my day trading. I'm watching other guys come into space. I've been trading, if you don't know, I've been trading for 4.5 years now, and I'm making some money. Especially the last 3 months, I've gotten some payouts and stuff compared to years before, which I kind of see as paying my dues. Like I don't think about like the money I spend on trading. It's one of those money where I just don't think about it. I just spend it, because I see it as like my tuition for me to be able to get to where I want to be. Right? It's like, this is what I have to do. This is what money I have to pay to learn. Then the only bad thing, it's not a bad thing. Now, the only thing that makes trading different from other careers and stuff is that with trading, you basically 100% learn on the job. So every mistake you make, it's not just costing you time, it's also costing you a lot of money. It's one of the buses right there. So, and I'm reflecting, I'm like, it's taking me 4.5 years. And one of the worst things in this space to do is to compare yourself to other people. And I'm not gonna lie, time to time I do that. I go on the Discord, with all the prop firms trading and stuff. I go on the Discord, I'm like, why is this guy doing, he just started trading 2 years ago, or he's and you start to compare all these stuff. And, but you also know that you are the hindrance to yourself not getting the kind of payout you want to get. So it's like you either going to change something, or you're going to start comparing yourself, or comparison is a thief of joy, like they say. So, I'm thinking about all this stuff. I'm like, and I'm just kind of trying to think about it in a way that, man, it's my tuition I'm paying. It's the foundation I'm laying, because, I came into trading hoping that I was going to make a lot of money, right? So in 2022, I'm looking for stuff online to do, and I found day trading. And I went there. I remember my instructor, because I went to an actual brick and mortar school. It's not one of these online guru stuff, right? They have an actual building that I went to, and the school is still there. You just go there. It just costs a lot more money, which I don't mind, because they have tutoring, they got more experienced people to do that stuff. And I remember sitting in the classroom, and the instructor was like, with day trading, the only thing you really got to do is just follow your rules, and you are going to make you're going to make it in this industry. And I was like, that's it? I remember telling my wife, I was like, I think I'm going to be rich. Or I was telling myself, I think I'm going to be rich. And 4.5 years later, I'm realizing that it's not that easy. Trading has actually taught me a lot more than just trying to get money, right? It's taught me what it's taught me about myself is greed, right? Like, I'm not greedy in a bad way, where it's like I need to have everybody else stuff, right? It's like I have to make sure that what you got, I'm going to get it. I'm greedy. Like, I got more, but I still want more, right? Now that kind of reflects in the trading profit, where it's like I'm trading. Okay, for example, I came to work today. I'm not making $1,000 today. not with bus driving, right? But I will be sitting in a trade and I'll be up by 500 bucks, and I'll say that money is not enough. Or I'll be up by 1,000 and I'll be like, no, I actually want more. That's greed right there, right? I can spend 8, 10, 15 hours working and not even get close to that money. But I can sit there within 15 minutes and actually make that money, and I can still say it to myself and try to find a way to convince myself and say, hey, that money is not enough. That's greed, right? And impatience. Trading also taught me impatience. That it didn't teach me to be impatient, but it exposed the impatience in me. I'm not a very patient person. All along I thought I was. But then eventually I realized that, no, I'm not. Because the thing about it is, before I trade, usually I will map out my, my chart. I usually trade on 3 time frames, right? Say, for example, if I'm placing my trade on a 5-minute chart, I go on the 15 minutes or the 1 hour. I go on the 15 minutes to find the trend, and then I confirm that on the 1 hour, and then the higher time frame, I go find it on the 1 hour and then confirm on the 4 hours. And then, okay, now I know I'm going to place my trade on the 5-minute chart. So I know I found a supply in a demand zone, and I'm like, okay, this is where I'm going to enter, but I'm hoping for the market to make a pullback there. But because I'm sitting in front of the computer, I'm very impatient. Guess what I do? I'm like, okay, since I think it's going to go down, I'm actually going to ride it wave down first, and then when it go here, then I'm going to get on it. So that's impatience. It's like, all I have to do is mark up my chart. I don't have to win every day. Mark up my chart, get our stuff going, and just wait. Just place my bracket trade, maybe walk away, go do something more important with my life than to just sit and watch the chart. But those are all the things that you learn from the beginning of trading, right? Those are all the things that you learn when you are actually on the job. Right there, another bus going, just running a bunch of routes. I'm actually at my garage. That's where I work out of. So, I learned those things, and I'm now 4.5 years later. I'm actually thinking, by the way, in about a month and a half, 9/26/2026, I have it down on my paper. Let me see if I can actually show you, because I know I talked about this in a few videos. Oh shoot, I'm trying to get my wallet here. So this is like my goals written down on papers. I'm going to show you. You may not be able to read it. I'll flip it. So this right here is my goal that I read every single day, at least once a day. And I put them all in the present term or present tense, which one they say. But that's just my goal, where it's like, these are the things that I want to accomplish. And if you see here specifically at the bottom of this paper, you see that I said, I'm happy now that I quit my bus driving job on 9/26/2026, right there. So I'm speaking these things into existence. And I'm listening to a bunch of motivational speakers, and I'm speaking these things into existence and stuff. Today is actually August. I wrote this like, I don't know, last month, July, August, maybe the beginning, I don't know. But let me see the actual date. Yeah, so July 20th, 2026 when I wrote that. And I'm actually broke. But I'm speaking it into existence because I want to become a full-time day trader. And if you see on here, another thing real quick, I will show you real quick. The first line that it said, I'm happy now that I'm making $350,000 at least per month from day trading. Day trading changed my life in so many ways. I am happy now that day trading is my what? Full-time job. So right now I'm just kind of doing it here and there, right? I'm not doing it as a full-time job, nothing, none of that. I gotta get my camera back on here. Like I said, this is uncut. So I'm speaking these things into existence. So I'm planning to quit my job. I'm going to have some money, maybe about 10 grand. I'm going to put in a live market. I'll probably take 2 grand out of that and buy some accounts, platforms account, fund it once, and then try to make the money. And just, it's like I was talking to some people about it. I was like, no, don't quit your job. The thing about it is that I do know how to trade, right? I know exactly why I haven't been profitable. I know I've been impatient, I've been greedy, I can't wait. I'm too excited. I celebrate over pretty much every win because it's like, damn, this is very rare. But I want to get to that point where I'm actually making money, and it's just like, yep, it's another day. I'm not surprised that I've just made $10,000 in a trade. I want to get to that point where it's like, oh yeah, $50,000. I'm not surprised. I mean, I read the market, I put it there, and I have my proper risk management. That's another thing I learned. Proper risk management. You can't be risking 5 for 1. That's not good marketing, right? That's like risking an entire business for a very small margin of profit. So those are things I've been learning, and you know, I keep encouraging myself every day. It's like, and one of the things I never really crossed my mind is quitting, right? With day trading, I don't think about quitting. I don't think about quitting. Does not even cross my mind. It's that I just know, one of the things I just think about is like, hey, I understand. I see everybody coming, you know, they're getting that bread, they're getting that money, they're doing all this stuff. They've been trading a year now, 2 years, they're getting $100,000 payout. Like, when is it going to be my turn? When am I going to start trading? When am I going to start making this money and getting consistent payout every time? And whenever I ask myself that, one of the things you know, and I got to bring God into this for sure. One of the things that, somebody's calling me. One of the things that I see myself going through is, it's not the right time yet. It's not the, that's my friend speaking from over there. Call me. Yeah, I don't have your number. Oh, I think that was probably him. I think that was him calling me. So I'm thinking about it. I feel like God is telling me it's not my time yet, because, you know, like 4 years ago, I'm married now, I got my family. 4 years ago, if I've had $500,000, maybe $1 million, or, and we in my family, we good right now. Not financially wise, we're still working to being good, because, you know, with the economy, everything going on right now, but I don't complain about it. Jim Rohn said, what, learn the system. If you don't like it, just learn it, right? So it's like, I'm thinking about it. What would have happened if I had $1 million when, you know, Apex Trader Funding, because I've been trading with Apex now for a while. Like, if I had $2-3 million in payout, would I still have my family today? Would I still be alive today? Would I be messing stuff up today? Like, how would life be like for me today? So sometimes I'm just grateful. It's like, okay, I'm learning the process, because sometimes we set a goal out all the way far. It's like, in 2 years, when I get the car, my dream car, I'm going to be happy. And then 2 years later, you get that dream car. But then you burn all the experiences just because you are so fixated on this dream car, and now you get in and you're only happy for 2 weeks, and then now you're chasing the next high of happiness, right? For me, I see happiness as like, hey, going throughout life, happiness is not a string where it's like just non-stop, right? Or you got to go in a specific place to find it. I just feel like, you know, you hit certain milestone, you're happy for a little bit, you did certain stuff for certain people, they cry, you cry with them, and you are happy, right? So just kind of tying back, you know, to reflecting on my day trading, it's like, okay, I've come a long way. I know I'm right there. I just got to hang on a little bit longer and make sure that I stick around to see the finish end and get to that point where I'm actually making money from the sky in a private jet, right? And that's one of the things I have. I'm like, okay, by 2028, I want a private jet for my family. $4 million in day trading is nothing. I'm making at least $350,000 a month from day trading. I can buy a private jet, because that's one of the things I've dreamed about. You know, to travel the world, you need time. You know, jets and stuff, they buy you time. But it's all big dreams and stuff, but it takes a lot of work, right? What the Bible says, show me your faith. What is it? Sorry. Faith without work is dead, right? And I know Matthew chapter 7 verse 7 says, ask and it shall be given to you, seek and you shall find, knocking and the door shall be opened unto you. When you ask, you will receive. When you seek is putting in the work. You're seeking it. It's like, Lord, I want you to do this for me. And then now it's like, you got to put in the work. You got to put in the work. So I feel like I'm at that stage now where, okay, I'm putting in the work. I feel like I put in enough work, but I keep repeating the same thing. So now it's time to change it and actually make different progress, so I can, you know, change my life and make things better for me and my family and people around me. So, but yeah, I just wanted to hop on here and just yap a little bit about what's going through my head, because I think that's one of the better ways to, you know, get rid of all those things in your hair. But God bless you guys, and hey, I will see you. Bye-bye.